The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky, a detailed summary. What happens when a man too pure, too kind, and too honest enters a world full of deceit, ambition, and manipulation? The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky explores this very question through the tragic story of Prince Myshkin, a man whose innocence becomes both his greatest strength and his ultimate downfall. Published in 1869, The Idiot is one of Dostoevsky's most profound and philosophical works. Inspired by the author's personal struggles with epilepsy and his reflections on faith, morality, and human suffering, the novel presents a protagonist who embodies Christ-like virtues, yet is misunderstood and ultimately crushed by the world around him. Now, let's dive into the story. Plot summary. Part 1. The Return of Prince Myshkin. Prince Lev Myshkin returns to St. Petersburg after years of medical treatment in Switzerland. On the train, he meets Parfen Rogozhin, a passionate and impulsive man obsessed with the beautiful yet troubled Nastasia Filipovna. Upon arriving, Myshkin visits General Yepanchin's family, where he meets their intelligent and strong-willed daughter, Aglaya Ivanovna. Myshkin, with his open-hearted sincerity, quickly becomes entangled in a world of aristocratic intrigue. He expresses deep sympathy for Nastasia, a woman scorned by society due to her past, setting the stage for a tragic love triangle. Part 2. A love triangle and society's judgment. At Nastasia's birthday party, Rogozhin offers her a staggering 100,000 rubles as a declaration of his obsessive love. But Myshkin, seeing Nastasia's pain, offers her something even greater, compassion and marriage. However, Nastasia, tormented by self-hatred, believes she is unworthy of Myshkin's kindness. In a self-destructive act, she rejects his proposal and runs away with Rogozhin, knowing he will lead her to ruin. Meanwhile, Myshkin remains in high society, where his honesty and innocence make him both admired and ridiculed. He continues to be drawn to both Nastasia and Aglaya, leading to conflict between the two women. Part 3. Aglaya and Myshkin's doomed relationship. Aglaya, despite her initial mockery of Myshkin, begins to admire his purity and proposes marriage. But her jealousy over his lingering connection to Nastasia leads to confrontation. When Aglaya visits Nastasia, she realizes Myshkin's heart is still entangled with the woman he pities. Feeling betrayed, Aglaya walks away from him. Once again, Nastasia accepts Myshkin's marriage proposal, only to abandon him at the last moment and flee with Rogozhin. Her tragic fate is sealed. Part 4. The Tragic End. A distraught Myshkin follows Rogozhin to his home and discovers the inevitable: Nastasia has been murdered. But instead of anger, Myshkin responds with sorrow, sitting beside Rogozhin in silent mourning. In the end, Myshkin suffers a complete breakdown, returning to Switzerland in a shattered mental state. Aglaya marries a man who deceives her, and Rogozhin is sentenced to prison. Society moves on, leaving Myshkin behind, proving that the world has no place for true innocence. Character analysis. Prince Lev Myshkin. A symbol of pure goodness, Myshkin embodies innocence, compassion, and honesty. However, his virtues are seen as weakness, leading to his tragic downfall. Nastasia Filipovna. A woman torn between self-destruction and redemption, Nastasia is one of Dostoevsky's most tragic figures. She yearns for salvation but believes she is beyond saving. Aglaya Ivanovna. Aglaya represents pride and romantic idealism. She loves Myshkin but cannot accept his compassion for another woman, leading to her heartbreak. Parfen Rogozhin. Rogozhin is Myshkin's dark counterpart, passionate, violent, and consumed by obsession. His love for Nastasia ultimately turns fatal. General Yepanchin and Russian society. The aristocracy admires Myshkin at first but ultimately rejects him, showcasing the superficiality and corruption of high society. Themes and symbolism. The tragedy of innocence. Myshkin's downfall highlights how true virtue is often misunderstood and rejected. Love and destruction. Nastasia and Aglaya represent different forms of love, self-destructive passion, and idealized romance. Myshkin, caught between them, finds no peace. Christ-like sacrifice. Myshkin mirrors Christ's suffering, trying to save others but ultimately being cast aside. Emotion versus rationality. Rogozhin symbolizes unchecked passion, while Myshkin represents moral reasoning. Their interactions reflect the battle between chaos and order. Moral decay in Russian society, the aristocracy's obsession with power and status contrasts with Myshkin's sincerity, revealing the corruption of 19th-century Russia. Final thoughts. The Idiot is a novel that challenges us to reflect on the nature of goodness. Can true virtue survive in a world filled with greed, jealousy, and corruption? Dostoevsky forces us to confront this question through Myshkin's tragic journey. Love classic literature? Dive into more book breakdowns and audiobooks here on Shelf Stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the world of great literature.